Why didn't humans ever make beavers our pets, despite their genius engineering skills and so valuable fur? The answer's weirder than you think, so let's dive right in.
Throughout our long history as a species, we've domesticated a plethora of wild animals. Dogs for their loyalty and protection, cats for pest control, and farm animals like cows, sheep, and chickens for food and resources. Yet, one cannot help but wonder why we didn't tame other animals with unique and valuable traits, especially the most majestic rodent of them all, the beaver.
Ah yes, the beaver, basically a chainsaw with buck teeth. Imagine trying to domesticate that. You'd wake up one morning like, where's the garage? And the beaver's just chilling with a new dam across your driveway. Honestly, humanity dodged a HOA nightmare.
Our furry aquatic acquaintances are renowned for their industrious nature, building great dams and lodges out of wood with remarkable precision. However, our ancestors weren't interested in beavers for their engineering skills, but rather for their fur. You see, beaver fur is quite special compared to that of most other mammals. A beaver's hair strands are soft and fine, with serrated edges that make the felting process much easier, and the resulting felt much more durable. Crucially, beaver fur is also waterproof, thanks to the special oils beavers naturally secrete. This rare combination of properties made beaver fur by far the best candidate for felt hats, coats, and various other garments, a fact that was independently discovered in both North America and Eurasia. Our first attested evidence of beaver felting comes from Siberia, and it's likely that it spread westwards into Europe through trade. We know that in the Middle Ages, beavers were hunted to near extinction across Europe, and not just for their fur. Some of our ancestors held the questionable belief that beaver testicles produced a special liquid with medicinal properties called castoreum.
I honestly love SideQuest. He has this way of pronouncing everything so beautifully that even the weirdest historical rabbit holes sound classy. Like, we're talking about medieval dudes hunting beavers for testicle potions, and somehow his voice makes it feel like a National Geographic masterpiece. Only he could turn castoreum into a word that belongs in a love poem instead of a medieval apothecary.
So much so that beavers supposedly would castrate themselves to evade pursuit. This myth was so pervasive that it appears in medieval manuscripts and bestiaries from France, England, and Wales. We know that castoreum is produced by a separate gland near the beaver's bottom, and that it is used to mark territory and for mating, and we still use it today in perfumes. But anyway, this mistaken belief contributed to the near extinction of the Eurasian beaver during the Middle Ages, with Welsh beaver pelts at one point being worth 120 times more than an equivalent sheepskin. Demand for beaver pelts grew even more with the invention of carroting, a more efficient felting technique whereby the beaver's fur was treated with mercuric nitrate to make it even softer and more pliable. A funny thing about mercuric nitrate is that it is extremely neurotoxic, which is why so many felt workers, especially those making hats, eventually went mad. Hence the phrase, mad as a hatter.
And here's where history gets darkly hilarious. People were literally poisoning themselves to make softer hats. Like, imagine risking full-on mercury-induced insanity just so your drip game could stay strong at the tavern. No wonder Mad as a Hatter stuck. Half the fashion industry was basically a live demo of brain chemistry gone wrong. Honestly, it's wild that medieval folks thought beavers were the crazy ones for allegedly self-castrating.
Now, my friends, even if you're not being exposed to neurotoxic chemicals in your field of work, taking care of your mental health is important. Take it from me. Even something as engaging as making YouTube videos can sometimes feel like an insurmountable challenge. And we all have those days, or weeks, or even months, where nothing goes right and we feel powerless. It is in such times that the value of quality therapy becomes most apparent. You might have noticed some gaps in our publication schedule over the past year, and whilst I won't bore you with any personal drama. I can confidently say that having access to a licensed therapist who can listen, understand, and provide helpful, unbiased advice has helped me pull through such a difficult period. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video.
This time I totally knew a sponsorship was coming, but honestly, they deserve the money. Let it roll. Because hey, creators need to eat too, and sometimes these guys even snag a share of revenue from the placement. Kind of poetic, right? Talking about mental health while also making sure the channel doesn't go extinct like the Beavers.
BetterHelp, you too can get the support of a professional therapist to overcome your struggles. With BetterHelp, taking care of your mental health becomes possible from the comfort of your own home, either via phone call, video chat, or messaging from your phone or computer. After answering just a few questions, BetterHelp will match you with a licensed therapist who has the experience to support you. And as a special courtesy to SideQuest viewers, BetterHelp are offering a special discount on your first month of therapy if you visit betterhelp.com/SideQuest. Or use the link in the description. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist and embark together on the journey towards better mental health. Now, speaking of embarking, just as the nascent European empires were exhausting their native supply of beaver felt, a new, seemingly boundless supply was discovered in North America. The British Empire, through Canada, became the world's leading producer of beaver felt, exporting 21 million castor hats in the first 70 years of the 18th century. The only reason the beaver wasn't completely exterminated was because of a major swing in fashion during the early 1800s. The classic silk top hat eclipsed the felted beaver hat, saving our furry friends from certain extinction. But all of this brings us back to our original question. Why didn't we try to domesticate the oh-so-invaluable beaver? Well, as we all know, beavers enjoy eating trees. More specifically, their nutritious inner bark, which is a small fraction of the mass of the entire tree. So it would be prohibitively expensive to provide sustainably. An enterprising beaver rancher could try to feed their beaver brigade with other feeds, but the beaver diet and digestive system is very specialized. Notably, captive beavers suffer from iodine and sodium deficiencies if they don't eat any aquatic plants. Another problem is that beavers need to constantly chew on things. Like all other rodents, a beaver's teeth grow continuously throughout their lives. And if they don't wear them down by chewing, things turn ugly fast. This also makes beavers very hard to contain. Wooden fences would be little more than toothpicks for them to chew on, while metal fences would have been prohibitively expensive until very recently. And while beavers are social animals, they only get along with their family, which consists of Mom, Pop, their kids from this year, and the ones from the year before. Packing multiple beaver families together is a surefire way to trigger devastating beaver wars, where things, again, turn ugly very fast.
The reveal is so good. Like, of course, we didn't domesticate beavers. They're basically tree-eating escape artists with a built-in chainsaw upgrade pack. Their diet's fussier than a toddler on a kale cleanse. Their teeth never stop growing, and if you pin them together, they'll launch full-scale beaver wars. Imagine ranchers trying to market that. Get your fur and a medieval gladiator show all in one dam.
If we could disregard the need for profitability, it might have been possible to breed the territorial instinct out of beavers. But, alas, profits cannot be disregarded in our harsh capitalistic world. And thus, the brave beaver had to endure centuries of persecution. But, luckily, conservation efforts have allowed beavers to reclaim many of their native habitats, and even to find a few new homes, like Argentina and Finland. Now that I think of it, I might even go there as well. But my friends, thank you for joining me on this semi-aquatic journey. Make sure to gently caress the like button and stay tuned for the next Beaverly Hilled episode of SideQuest.
What a ride. This whole saga proves that history isn't just kings, battles, and treaties. It's also about humanity's bizarre attempts to outwit nature and, well, occasionally poison itself for fashion. From mythical self-castrating rodents to mercury-fueled hat insanity, the Beavers story is equal parts tragic, hilarious, and oddly inspiring. Honestly, only SideQuest could weave fur trade, economics, medieval superstition, and ecological redemption into one smooth, semi-aquatic narrative. He did an amazing job with this video, and of course the link is waiting in the description. As for what's next, let's just say it might surprise you, confuse you, and definitely make you wonder how we got here in the first place. Stay nerdy.